Nice to have LT back. He is a really fun player to watch, and when he's struggling, things in the NFL just don't seem the same, so it's nice to see him play like that. Huge day for him, milestone-setting day. He's now, third all-time on the rushing touchdown list, I think. Rivers continues to struggle, but LT overcomes all that. Rivers did make a play or two, so good for him. Defensively, they got all kinds of pressure, and it's great to see Merriman get back on track too. I don't particularly like him, but he's a good player that was in a bit of a slump, so he's back now. And Cromartie he just doesn't stop. 2 more interceptions. He's just really taken center stage in the last couple weeks, and it's pretty crazy. He's playing some great football. Kansas City, well, that's probably their season. Nice start, but it didn't help them. 4-8 now. I'm not exactly sure why Tyler Thigpen came in. I don't know if Heward got hurt or not, but obviously they didn't get good quarterback play from either. They were able to run the ball pretty well. This Colby Smith guy, he can play. Tony Gonzalez starred for them in the passing game. Defensively, Jared Allen continues to dominate, and he goes on offense and catches a touchdown on a really great play, fade route. That's not common. And that's about it right there. Kansas City's got this division well within its grasp, and that's about all I got to say there. We got Carolina over San Francisco. Good game all around by Carolina, finally getting that home win that they've been looking for. Vinny made some plays, made some mistakes, but he did get it done. D'Angelo Williams and Deshaun Foster ran in this, really nice tandem. They got plays from several different receivers, finally. It can't always be about Steve Smith, and you do need to get him the ball, but you need to find other people too, and they did. They got plays made by their defense. They had 4 interceptions. They got some real good quarterback pressure. I think like 6 sacks. Just the kind of thing that they needed right now. Peppers still is having a pretty poor year, but he can still play every now and then. And for the Niners, Patrick Willis had another great day. They got a couple of picks, a couple of sacks, but except for a really quick offensive explosion I think the second quarter, they didn't really get much done. The receivers are still struggling, catching passes and such. Darrell Jackson's been a huge free agent bust. Well, he wasn't a free agent. They got him in a trade, but yeah. Delfer couldn't protect the ball, and he didn't play very well. Gore struggling. After the interception that Richard Marshall returned for a touchdown, Nolan's reaction, that's pretty much it right there, He seems like a good, composed, pretty nice guy, but, he's losing his cool too, and can you blame him? That's really all I gotta say there. Rams beating the Falcons. The Rams, they're putting together some success here. Playing some pretty good football. Farad bounced back from last week, and he made some plays. Steven Jackson made plays. It's looking a bit like the Rams team you might have expected. Holt had a big day. It's always fun to see him play, even though, for obvious reasons, I can't like him. I do respect him. He's a great player. And old man Isaac Bruce, the future Hall of Famer in my opinion, continues to make occasional plays. But, for Atlanta, I don't know why they're so eager to bench their quarterbacks, and I know they don't have anybody who's that good. That's fair to say. They just... Harrington, Leftwich, Redmond, they're not good options, but I think you got to pick one and stick with him for a long period of time. Excuse me. I think that if you start just as soon as your quarterback starts to struggle, you immediately switch over to your backup. I just think that's really bad for the quarterback's confidence. And if he's looking over his shoulder after every single play, you're not going to get him to play well. And Redmond came in and definitely played well, threw a couple of touchdowns. Roddy White had a big day. Jarius Norwood broke off some long runs, which was, contrary to Warwick Dunn, who couldn't get anything done on this day. And, it ended up paying off because they did almost come back to win, and Redmond played well, but I think you got to stick with your quarterback for a long period of time, the good or the bad, and see what he has, because you can't. I think it's really difficult to start winning games or to get any kind of confidence at that position when you're switching people out every couple of minutes. So really, that's what I got to say about that. And let's see, you got Indianapolis over Jacksonville, and that should be the division. Indy has a effective 3-game lead with 4 to play, and they get to play. I think they get to play Oakland and Baltimore, just some pretty poor teams, so they should be able to get it done. Great day by Manning. He had one bad throw all game, the interception, and if he didn't throw that, he would have had a perfect quarterback rating, so, there you go. Jacksonville always comes into these games ready, always talking about how it's time to hit the big stage, it's time to get some real respect out here, but they never, most of the time they just can't quite do it, and even if they do, sometimes they beat Indianapolis, but even if they do manage to pull it off, they'll find another way to show everybody that they're not an elite team yet, but, nice effort by them. Let's see, the Colts, they didn't have a very productive running game on this day. They were getting stuffed for no gain several times, which is troubling, but, it is Jacksonville. They have a good defense. Like I said, Manning played great. Wayne had a big game. Clark had a couple of touchdowns. Gonzo only had the one catch, but it was a nice play, and his progression is coming along nicely, and Luke Lawton came in and made a play of his own. They got some quarterback pressure, a couple of turnovers, just did what they needed to do defensively. Antoine Bethea is having a nice season. That's his 4th pick on the year. Really a pretty underrated cornerback that I think could a strong safety that I think could really become elite one day, because he's just making plays and doing more than what you would expect, I think. And Jacksonville, Garrard finally threw an interception. It wasn't his fault. Stupid penalties really cost them this game, because there was the one when they were like at the 3-yard line or whatever. They had the opportunity to score and take a lead and stuff, or get really close. I can't remember exactly, but the point is that the penalties cost them. They gave up some crucial sacks, and they couldn't get off the field on 3rd down. I think the Colts were like 8 of 10 on 3rd down or something. They held the ball longer, and they ran the ball better, so they did things they needed to win, but they didn't win. Except for the pick, Garrard had a fantastic game. Fred Taylor and Maurice Jones-Drew combined to have a really good game, and the receivers were making plays. Garrard spread the ball around beautifully, and is there a quarterback out there more improved this year than David Garrard? And Josh Scobie missed a field goal, which obviously hurts. They did lose by 3. They left some points on the board. Of course that hurts, but yeah. This is a good team. They're going to make the wild card. I think they got a great chance to knock off San Diego in the first round, and then they would probably face New England. And don't count this team out, because they can play. They can play.